So today's June 22nd, and it is 4:27 p.m. And I just thought of something, and it was just like so hilarious and funny. I had to share it. Like these people um, claiming that they're autistic and that they lack social skills. Now, I just think it's like really funny because if it would be funny if because you can't just change overnight like that. And like people like Junaid, like when I was starving, he was going around telling people that he was really social and that I wasn't social at all. Well, anyways, even if he did try to do this, like it'd be funny if like all those people that like he knows started messaging him and they're just like, oh, like, hey man, I didn't know you lack social skills, and they like all started trying to talk to him and stuff, and he was just like with his like low tone voice, like what if he was just like, yeah, that's how I've been since I was a child. I've been autistic and I lack social skills. And it would be just like so funny if like the people calling him would just be like, hey man, does that mean we're not friends anymore? Because like the thing about it is you literally cannot do this. There's no way of you doing this. Like you could go from being not so social to being social, and like lacking social skills. You can't just do that overnight, because then what happens to the people that like what do you do when they call you and message you? You're not just going to be like there, or else if you do that with them, then they're just going to be like, hey, when did this happen? Because you literally cannot just do this overnight, like, because then the people that like, they'll just be like, when did this happen? Because it's not something that can happen like overnight, and it's just I just thought it was like really funny, like how people like are probably reacting to this, because people that are like hearing about this, obviously they're obviously going to call him, and they're obviously just going to be like, hey man, when did this happen? Because like you can't just be someone else like overnight like that, because then people notice and they'll just be like, it doesn't sound like him at all, that sort of thing. Because then people are just going to start calling you that you actually know, and then they'll just be like, does this mean we're not friends anymore? Sort of thing, and it's just I just think that it's like really funny that like someone would like copy someone's lack of social skills, because then other people would just like make fun of that person straight out, like it's not something you could just get overnight like that. It's just really weird and like awkward, like seeing someone trying to copy your lack of social skills, because then the people that know this person are obviously all just going to be like, hey man, does that mean we're not friends anymore? And it's just like really weird. Like I just had to put this joke out there, but like I because of the fact that eventually like this person's gonna get caught. Junaid is going to get caught. And it just comes to show that it proves very clearly that Junaid was saying all these things in court against me due to envy of not being able to copy me completely with some of the things, you literally cannot copy. Like, you can't tell people you're autistic. It's literally a disease. It's not something you can copy. It's like one of those things you could get like medical diagnosis for or something. But like with me, it was just like literally like artificial intelligence telling everyone about it, and my habits were like that. And it's just kind of like one of those things. But like at the end of the day, when you start to see people like making fun of you and people calling you and they're saying stuff like, does this mean we're not friends anymore? Like, when did this happen? Like, sort of thing. Like, obviously you're gonna get annoyed, and then you'll just be like, why can't I be like that? Like, why would you want to copy something like that? It's such a random thing to copy someone's lack of social skills. Or if they're autistic, you're copying a freaking disease. Which I just thought it was like really funny, but like it just comes to show that Junaid was doing everything out of extreme envy, like saying these things about me that he probably got from law enforcement and knew nothing about, had nothing to do with, and was just taking talking points and trying to exaggerate as much as possible after taking it from law enforcement. And then I was right about the fact that they were threatening to break my car, since after a while of him getting rejected by these girls and women, they broke the front under part of my car. They also broke my fire stick for my TV, and they broke my charging adapter. almost as if I have something to do with his rejections from these girls, clearly showing and proving through facts and evidences that Jeanette and law enforcement were basically working together to say and exaggerate as much claims as possible against me due to extreme envy of these really random things. And the fact that law enforcement is right now BFFs with every single person I know running sex schemes and money fraud with them, along with people like Assad who have been proven without a reasonable doubt of taking part in whatever the wedding incident was, knowing about it and taking part in it. I know this for a fact because Assad would literally, throughout my entire life, I haven't been with him, but from what I would hear about, it was kind of like Assad was always ahead and behind every single adult in the family. There's no way he would like not be in the crime scene if there was a crime scene in any weddings. Obviously, I wasn't present. No one ever told me about it. All I did since the moment I gained the slightest bit of mental maturity as a child, work hard in my life. But people like Assad, great prime example of the fact that adults in the family who would take part in crimes, be present in it, be ahead and behind everyone being present in crime scenes, would literally just pack up their stuff and leave when they'd be found guilty, whereas law enforcement would try all day and night to try to frame me in any way, shape, or form possible, only to inhibit me from being able to use my brain savant. And people like Junaid are literally working with law enforcement to enviously lock up my brain savant because they are running after these girls that were coming after me. And right now, Junaid is getting rejected. And he is getting law enforcement to break my things. They broke the front under part of my car. They broke my charging adapter. They also broke, which was a really nice, expensive charging adapter, by the way. You could have multiple ports put into it. They also broke my Fire Stick for my TV. All these things they broke only because Jeanette was getting rejected by these girls. The one thing you have to understand about people that are autistic is the fact that we're really good, genuine people, and we do not run after a woman our mother's age, especially after we get rejected by them, like elementary school teachers and stuff like that. We're not just going to keep on like trying to get them to sleep with us and stuff like that. If you want to copy someone, copy them correctly, because that's just not how we are. I told them in the start how my brain one started off that in early childhood I would watch documentaries and literally I would stare into the History Channel logo all day from morning till night, and that is how it started off. Early childhood, people didn't believe me. They thought I was making up stories, but they had their own theories, like really dumb and stupid things. Like they like making me look like a liar and like making up theories that don't make any sense. Like they would say stuff like, oh, he meditated and that's how he got a brain savant, which doesn't make any sense. So I told them that early childhood I would literally just stare into the History Channel logo, and that's how it started off, and later on it evolved in life. And basically what happened was they have such advanced technology that they just told the computer lock up his entire brain, let the childhood autistic part stay, and the computer did that. And on January 20th 2026 they tested it out where I felt exactly like how I would feel like before the brain savant evolved when I was a child, and I would stare into the TV History Channel logo, and that part got proven as well. So I mean, basically, yeah, I told the truth as it was, everything that happened, how it happened, and everything. And like these people are making up lies and exaggerations and fabrications against me. Law enforcement is fully ignoring the fact that the adults who could have said anything or been present in that wedding incident that they tried to frame me for, are all walking around freely. They just pack up their stuff and leave like how Assad did. And people are running sex schemes since 2001, like Uncle Joey's in-laws with law enforcement. Money fraud is still ongoing. Incredibly corrupt investigation, if you want to call it that, a quote unquote investigation, which isn't, it's not, okay? It is not. The investigation, quote unquote, started after law enforcement found out about my brain savant. Fact of the matter is, men are attracted towards looks and women are attracted towards money. And these guys are acting like a bunch of douchebags, copying someone with autism and lack of social skills. And they're making a fool of themselves, really. Because then, literally their friends are going to call them and they'll just be like, when did this happen? What does this mean? Like, we're not friends anymore, sort of thing, and it's just really funny and hilarious. Like, you would copy this thing. Like, there are a lot of things you could copy about a person. Copy their clothes, copy their glasses, you copy everything. You can't copy autism, nor can you copy their lack of social skills overnight. Like, you gotta put some time into this thing, like a little while at least, so that people like you got to start putting some distance between you and people. Like if you just become not so social overnight, people are literally just gonna call you and they're just gonna be like, "You're not social." When did this happen? That sort of thing. Like people like Junaid, like literally, like after running after these girls enviously, like he would get rejected and he would start to copy every single thing to the point that if I'm wearing a blue sweater, he's gonna wear a black one. If I'm wearing glasses when I'm watching TV and driving, he's gonna wear glasses all day from morning till night. And then he would go to court and make testimonies against me when he would get rejected by the girls after threatening to break my car, which now they have. They broke the front under part of my car out of extreme envy that they were still getting rejected by these girls that I cannot run after, even if I wanted to. There are a billion different reasons why. There's moral reasons. There's lawsuit reasons. We see that with Ms. Deb, who was a very scary person, by the way. She was in 2024 all over me for her daughter. Then recently, only a month ago, was totally against me, saying things like my brain savant should not get freed because my because people of my religion have done bad things. Now, like 3 days ago, less than a week ago, she started putting advertisements for Ashley's furniture for her daughter. And then other people like Farah the Greedy Framer, who's an expert at making false testimonies, fabrications, which I did not even know about, since other countries had to contact me and tell me about her getting raped and murdered at one time, and she was accusing someone of the U.S. law enforcement of that, due to which the Indian government had to go and literally lecture Joe Biden on it. On human rights abuses, only for us to now find out that her brother, my dad, the Greedy Framer, talks to the person who was allegedly raping and murdering her all day, night long, from morning till night. Yeah, so basically, these are the kinds of people that, for the Greedy Framer, she's been found to basically make false testimonies on November 20th, created mass panic and chaos over a crime setting that didn't even exist, followed by numerous lies that were already confessed to the government informant as being lies, followed by numerous more lies that were found from phone conversations retrieved were absolute and total falsehood, that I told the court straight out on day one that, Your Honor, you're going to find that every single statement that people like Farah the Greedy Framer push very aggressively, they're all false. And that's what exactly the facts and evidence that showed from the phone conversations retrieved. Now, Farah the Greedy Framer is another example of people that would file lawsuits, obviously, since right now she switched sides again. And even today, it is June 22nd at 3:12 p.m. June 22nd at 3:12 p.m. Farah the Greedy Framer sent me an advertisement for her weirdo, abnormal looking daughter, Zara. Again, even though for the past week, I've been telling her, no, I don't want your daughter. I don't want your daughter. Clearly showing that this woman is all over money, just like how Miss Deb is all over money. And both of these people are over money so much that they're willing to enviously lock up my brain savant using false testimonies, exaggerations, things of that, talking points against me that are all fully fabricated and false, or exaggerated claims that have nothing to do with me. Basically to try to lock up my brain savant, while at the same time right now they're both fighting for their daughter to marry me, almost as if it's like some sort of a forced marriage or something. It clearly shows like how people are in this world over money. And this money thing, by the way, law enforcement started, since law enforcement told Miss Deb is a prime example of why if this brain savant is a lie, then this lie was not made by me, it was made by law enforcement. Since law enforcement told Miss Deb about my brain savant in mid-June 2023, and Ms. Deb has been advertising her daughter for marriage with me since mid-June 2023. When did I tell people? August 25th, 2023, 2 months after Ms. Deb started telling me that I should marry her daughter. Basically, clearly showing that law enforcement themselves started this lie, if you want to call it a lie, and it has nothing to do with me. It's mainly by law enforcement.